Hello. Good afternoon, Woolie. How are you?
Sleep, regression, sleep, sleep, regression, sleep, regression, sleep,
You
sleep,
did it. You're
regression.
doing it.
Uh,
You're fucking in it now,
uh, uh,
boy.
uh, uh.
Oh, yeah.
Woo.
Oh, dude, that's, you know what? Reminder, I went from being a scrub to hitting master rank with Bison because of sleep regression. Because
So,
we'll use this baby as a stand-in. So I had, just it's fucking 2 a.m. and I got nowhere to be because this motherfucker just looking at me like, all right, scissor kicks.
yeah.
Scissor kicks.
Well, I mean, we're doing it. We're keeping her in the dark in her room and trying to, minimize. But boy, oh boy, does it just feel like it's like, hey, I know it's nighttime, but it's not. The day continued. You just don't know it yet. Inside baby's head, it is still daytime. Everything continues as normal, and your weak fucking need for sleep is some bitch made shit. You better step it up, because I'm bored down here.
Like, well, okay, so at the same time, tiny tyrant person, being anthropomorphized in this adult speaking conversation. What are we talking? 10 months?
Less, but
okay, 9 months. Okay,
yeah.
Literally sleep like 14 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, like not exaggerate. Like, girl, you sleeping all day. Like,
so,
you can pick when
that's
the fuck you want to be awake.
She's not a big big sleeper. She's a napper, and she's taking her.
My guy was also not a big sleeper.
Yeah, she's taking her little naps, and like we can force and manipulate to try to be like, no, we're gonna crunch these 5 naps down into 3, and like we're kind of like stretching out wake windows, and there's moments where it's like, okay, eyes are being rubbed and starting to get tired, and we're like, not yet, kid.
Did you know that a child, like an infant child, can stay at 99% being almost asleep for an entire calendar day?
I mean, the funniest thing is just watching, like, if I can replicate this, like, this is a rattle, and it's just like, I'm half asleep and dead, and I'm just going.
Yep, absolutely.
And I'm not, my heart is not in it, my soul and my spirit is not in it, but I'm still trying to play because this is in my hand and that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
So I've got one for you, because so my guy still does this. He hates, like, so I'm not, he is asked to go to bed twice in his entire life. He said, "Mommy, Daddy, I want to go upstairs."
Straight up. Okay.
Go to bed. I'm like, twice.
Yeah.
About 30% of the time. Okay, Curious George, Pete the Cat, whatever the book is, some hugs and kisses with mama. Okay, bam, full song number. Full number. Okay, all right, you're done. Okay, good. All right, we're snuggling. You're going. Okay. Quiet, deathly quiet for 40 minutes. What's a cow?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then and so here's my favorite part.
Yeah.
That wakes up mom and dad who fell asleep waiting for him to fall asleep. Right? And then the real follow-up when he's like, rubbing the eyes. When he really wants to go for it, you know what he does?
Oh, the hits.
Straight up,
the hits.
slapping his cheeks. Straight up slapping his cheeks, his forehead, like, no, stay awake. And you're like, God.
It sucks. It's like the craziest part, and like I see why the word regression is used, because it literally is going backwards in progress. Because like she was starting to get to a point where she would wake up when things are going fine, and she would like not even start crying right away. I'd be looking at the monitor at like, whatever, like 2 a.m, and she would kind of go like, she'd stir and then kind of wake up, look at her hands for a bit, and then turn on her side and kind of like just go, and go back out. And I was like, you're getting it.
Ooh, that's good.
That's what we
Progress
do.
is getting made on sleeping through the night.
Yeah,
yes,
you change your position, get more comfortable, kind of look at your hand a little bit, do what you got to do, get your brain off of it, and then try to settle in. And we actually saw that, you know, and then somehow it just turns into go fuck everything, fuck all of this, and because so we're just like doing like, hey, gonna come down, try to do a hold till she drifts off, and then transfer, and it fails naturally, and then every hour gotta go back down, and it's just kind of like
there were, I would say, probably 50 or 60 nights that I was like, fuck it, I don't even care. I'm just gonna put him in my arm and go downstairs and just fucking watch TV and play games until Paige wakes the fuck up, transfer him back over, sleep for 2 hours, and then just go about my rest of the day as a scorched freak. Because getting up and down and up and down and up and down and and the failing the
transfer failure.
I will only fail the transfer twice.
I
refuse to attempt to transfer a third time. I'm wasting my time. I'm wasting Maige's time. I'm wasting the baby's time. Fuck it. He's not going to transfer.
I do 3 transfers. The thing is, but like I don't count it if I like. Okay, there's a botched transfer, and then like you know what I mean, and then a failed transfer. Like.
I did. Yeah, no. I did. So the one that got me
there's
the
a
most,
difference.
The one that got me the most, dude, it made me so mad and mad enough to scream, but it's 2 a.m. and it's in a dark room with your child. So, and it's your fault. Don't yell. You'll defeat the purpose.
Of course.
Is when I forgot I would transfer and he'd be perfect. And then I would slide my hands out and then his feet would drop and his heels would hit the fucking thing. And go,
idiot.
And I go,
fool.
no!
You fool. You forgot the feet. You forgot the feet. Yeah. No, the transfer, that's the thing is like like for anyone, like you have to understand getting the baby from your arms down into the crib, like softly enough that it doesn't wake them up. There's such an art to this, and it's so delicate, and in particular getting it into, so what I do is I go a little bit head first because that's where the weight is, and then you
absolutely
you unfold, you know, the burrito, and then your head, the thing is that you get your hand down, you have your head your hand stuck underneath, and pulling the hand out, you got to be careful about that because it kind of like, that's friction, that's noise, that's where they feel it, etc. But the botch transfer is where you do something that makes noise.
Didn't count.
You know, and then they're like,
my fault.
You completely woke them up with that, and now you fucked up, right? A regular fail transfer is you got them down and you're walking away, and then they're just like, no, I'm kind of still up though, you know. Yeah, so that I'll do about 3 times until it's just like, fuck this, you got it.
Fuck it, I have paperwork I can catch up on.
Contact naps and stuff are a part of it too, that you know, or just like
that dude
waiting until she's like fully asleep, you know.
That dude got a lot of contact nap time. Like a lot.
And it's just a give up nap, right? It's just a complete like, all right, whatever was it's just like, yep, fuck anything else. This is how you do it. Just it's not worth fighting it at this point. But yeah,
I miss it.
Oh boy, dude. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
It's one of those things.
Looking for a light at the end of the tunnel.
It's one of those things that when you're in it, you're like, get me to that fucking toddler stage. Well, they'll just go to sleep. But now I'm like, what if I do? Oh my god, you little baby. Now, luckily, I have this and the cat.
Yeah.
That just fulfill that role like exactly.
It is right? You see it is currently infinite crash out works. But the things like for example, I do, like I said, I do a nighttime bottle, you know, and that's a big deal, and like it is one of those things where I want that to continue as long as possible, and it is not going to. I'm aware of the fact that there is going to be a full, and like last night, for example, she just skipped it, you know.
Yeah.
But it is one that I'm like, okay, like if I can get that in there, that's some That's a nice nightly moment. That's a nice routine, you
You
know.
never know what time is the last time you're gonna do something.
That's I guess that's the thought.
That's right.
But I don't want to hear that shit right now. Right
Like
now,
I didn't
I'm
know
just
what the last bottle was, right? But then it came and went, and it was like a week later. By the time I was like, oh, we're full on to sippy cups now. The bottles are gone.
And again, we are looking at the calendar, and we're aware of the fact that, like, okay, at certain milestones, certain things happen, and at
Yeah.
certain ages, certain daycare things happen and stuff, and you got to
Yeah.
figure this stuff out. But you know, and there are little feelings like that. Like, for example, you know, the snoo, which we discussed on this show before,
Yeah.
the rocking white noise kind of little bassinet, you know, super useful. That's only for the first 6 months.
Yes. And you will pay for it when that 6 months is over with what we are describing right now. But me and Paige made this decision, and you and Punch Mom definitely made the same decision, which is, but that first 6 months is when I needed the help the most.
You're buying time. You're investing in the future with dividends.
I am sowing now and must reap later.
Yes,
but
yeah.
I don't want to reap right now. It's hard right now.
You are fucking crow countrying. You are reaching into the fucking future and ripping resources out, you know. But the idea of the whole like snoo setup thing is that, like, yeah, after and at 6 months, like, her head is touching the top of it and her feet are touching the bottom. It's just goofy to even continue trying to fit.
Yeah. Too big baby.
So yeah, we eventually, it's like, okay, well, that's pack this thing up and, you know, move it out of the room and downstairs, and then there's like a space there where that used to be a baby now, and, like, you know, Punch Mom's like, oh, you know, and we're like, oh yeah, like, this part of the room, that was where she was, and, like, now time has passed and she ain't there anymore, and that's a thing, you know, like, there's these moments, and I know that those are going to start increasing and hitting, and you like, literally, whatever, cats in the cradle. The entirety of every piece of media I've ever experienced about anything relating to this has been happening and hitting.
Like, at some point, Guy's going to have to go sleep in his own room. And when that happens, the sleep we're going to get is going to be so good.
So this is
so good.
Well, and this is where our paths branch, because we're already there. Right?
Oh, you're already there?
We're already there, but we're doing a different thing, right? Like, we went straight out of snoo into you're in your room, you know? And it's but of course, this is the thing where when there is a regression, it's not a, like, turnover and let's solve this problem.
Let's go to the other room.
Here we go.
Yeah, so that was just never going to happen. The waking up at night, needed mama in 1 second, not 5 seconds.
Yeah,
not 10 seconds. Now,
what I did learn as a result of our setup, though, is there's some tech. I mean, baby monitor, microphone, right? You make a little little bit of, like, hey, you can hear my voice. Okay, cool. You know, throw in a little wheels on the bus coming out through the microphone. You know, just to distract the like, where the fuck you at moments. Yeah, it does work, and there's a like a looking around for the, it's like voice of God almost, like, what?
Yeah, a little bit.
Where's that coming from? But, like, it does delay and calm the fret down a little bit.
We have too much self-aware. We, you know, almost a 3-year-old toddler. So when we've tried to use that to get him to go back down to his nap, because, like, you know, nap's like an hour and a half, but he'll pop up after 40 minutes. He's too aware. So you'll be like, I'll go back to sleep, honey, and he's like, where are you? I want you here now.
Wow.
Like, literally, like
the concept of your okay.
So, like, no,
okay.
it's not. It's no.
Not enough. Yeah. Fucking getting my voice into trying to hit Miss Rachel fucking pitches. Hi.
You can't. No, that is it's not doable.
Yes.
But make good decisions, Woolie. Just, you know, I was scrolling through TikTok and I hit Rachel and she just looked at me and went, hey, you're doing a good job. And I was like, thank you,
Yeah. Anyways, there's your Dadslop for the podcast, your weekly.
Not exactly. There was a dad moment that got clipped out and is making the rounds with me because my little guy. Do you know what he did?
Where is it?
Oh, it's on Blue Sky. It's on the subreddit.
No, where is the object that should be kept under glass and lock and key protection?
Oh, it's in the trash, dude. It died.
Oh, well, okay.
It was a dandelion. It's ephemeral.
Yeah, I know, but you put it in a thing for a minute. All right, well, you know.
No, man, there's plenty of dandelions out there. It's the thought. It's not the object.
Of course, but that's my point. Exactly.
But yeah, my little guy was picking flowers for me and was hanging out, waiting outside the office, going out, wait for Dad. I'm gonna give him this flower.
That's
and I was like, oh, that's so sweet.
Shut the fucking stream down. Everybody go away.
Yeah, no.
Urgent business is occurring.
I also encountered the first example of the nightmare, which is hanging out in the kitchen 2-3 days ago. And I was making a coffee and he said, Dad, don't make your coffee. And I went, why? He went, when you make your coffee, you go dad show, and I don't want you to go dad show. I want you to stay and hang out. And I was like,
yeah, that's right. I'm telling you, no, I mean, look, I don't know how well people caught it when it occurred, but like some of her first laughter started occurring just off mic, and I was like, shut the fucking stream down, be right back.
And here's the worst part, right?
And I hit him with the shut the fuck up, be right back screen.
We're so lucky. We're so lucky because our kids are like over there.
They're right there.
They're like that way, like 40 feet from us or 30, whatever it is.
No,
right?
And that's gonna, as time goes on, that might become a problem, right? Like, I am within earshot.
Fuck your show, Dad. All right, come on.
We need to, yes.
But like, for example, like my dad missed out on fucking most of it because he was at work. My dad worked 6 days a week and he left at 5:30 in the morning and he got home at 6 p.m.
And something that I remember thinking about a lot was the fact that like there is the effect of like oh shit, Dad's coming home, you know, like big hug, like yeah, excitement, right? And I know that every time I've seen stuff like that, I've always felt like I'm like, oh, that's a cool thing. And
that's wholesome.
It's wholesome. And I know that like that's not the type of situation I have set up here. But it's like, no, that's not true, actually, because
you still do that.
You coming from where I record, coming from the studio down into the room, you get the same effect, you know, or even just waking up in the morning after because doing the night shift. Whatever, you get the same effect of like, hey, it's you.
Absolutely, 100%.
And I'm like, yeah, you know. So it doesn't matter if it's like working at home or not, actually, because it's the point is that if you're not seeing them, you're still gonna get that effect. Period. You know. So that's cool. I'm glad that is not something that's been robbed from this. But no, super lucky being with this.
Very, very lucky.
And again, a couple years time, we'll see what's happening when, I'm getting my shit echoed back at me. I don't need her to Aegis Reflector any of the things happening up here. Back in our direction.
You want to hear the ultimate? I came over here to set up, you know, turn a game on and get the settings right before I was going to stream later that day, right? And Paige was asleep. She was sleeping in because she had a rough night. So I was like, all right, bud, you want to come over to me? You want to go to the office, set up Dad show? And he went, yeah. Right? We come over to the office and he runs to this chair before I can get to it and climbs into it and goes, when's my show? Dad's show is doodah. And I'm like, never. I wanted to say fucking never, but I said no, never. And he's like, I want to talk into it. And points at and was like grabbing the microphone. I'm like, okay, here you go. What do you got? and he says,
You're on the mic. What's
it's
your
pretty
beef?
tricky. I don't know. And I went, see? Yeah, it's hard.
Nice. Hot seat. Let's go. All right.
It's tough to do.
Interesting. Well,
that's one of my favorite things Paige did was things aren't hard. They're not too tough. They're just tricky. So he'll be going to like put his shoes on and he'll have like a trouble because it's like a new pair of shoes. And he'll be like, Dada, can you help me? My shoes are being pretty tricky.
That's good.
And I'm like, that's so cute.
That's good.
Yeah.
So hey, look, Dadslop is a segment, but it is also a genre.
It is a genre now.
And I am very invested in it because shit hit different and it's good. It helps
taking the internet by storm in a way that I wish everyone would just be quiet. Pragmata's out this week.
Yeah, and I mean, to be perfectly honest, like it helps when the Dadslop, as I'm describing, is also a very good game to play. So
excellent game. Hold on. We were both sponsored to play Pragmata last week and run TikTok ads for it, which are ongoing concurrently. So
Correct.
These are, I would say, quite generously sponsored opinions.
They are. However, I will say that I played the demo before that happened, and
I also did, yeah. And I like the demo.
Was
very
much impressed by it there, and the fact that they sent a fucking microwave to my house.
It was a microwave?
The fucking giant, there's the whole press kit thing that's just insane. And like, I'm like, what is this? And it opens up and goes fucking, and it's like it's this insane light and sound setup thing to just give you some keychains and some stickers.
I'm really glad I passed on that.
It is the size of a microwave. You press a button on it, it lights up and goes.
That's ridiculous.
And then you get some markers and some keychains and some stickers, and it's cool little merch. But I'm like, this is insane.
I feel like every time I have to have that discussion with somebody, like, oh, you want to sign up for the event or the press kit, and I'm like, nah, just send me a code.
Yeah, for me,
no, I don't. I don't want it.
For me, it depends on if I think I'm gonna care, right? And in this case, I'm like, I like this. This is gonna be cool. I think I'm gonna care. And like, for example, Metaphor, right? That was worth it. There was some cool
I got a box back there.
Yeah, the Metaphor one was super dope, right? I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah,
but I mean, the end state of the Metaphor special edition press kit it's literally just sitting behind me in this room in the corner.
Yeah. No, to be fair,
to fill space.
Yes. I got rid of the box and stuff after a point. It's just a jacket. The Ghost of Tsushima box has become a crate for like putting some pictures on and stuff. It's literally like next to my TV as just a little like, yeah, we put a like little board on it and pictures and stuff. But in any case, some of those, this is one of those ones where you're like, for what comes in it, this is insane. Game itself, did you do anything beyond that first 2 hours?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I have a lot going on, and Pragmata seems super hot, so I figured, you know what, it can keep a week or two.
Okay. Yeah.
That being said, that first 2 hours was super solid.
Yes.
Including going through the demo area again.
Yeah.
But it was completely different.
Yeah, I was going to say, you fought the boss in the demo, but the area leading up to it and everything around it was not at all the same.
Yeah, it's the same like architecture, but you go through the rooms in a different order and fight different enemies.
And the demo gives you an impression of what the bonfire sort of system is, but it's not that at all.
Be in the game at all.
Yeah, and it's not what you thought. Like it is a come back to a checkpoint, like and heal up, but it's really a full-on return to base and do everything in your little hangout club space. And
yeah, do the little social events with Diana,
hang out with
and talk to Cabin, who's a freak and I hate.
Aha! Okay, Cabin, I'm like squinting at you because I'm like, how do I know you're not connected to Edis? There's nothing here that says you're not connected to the evil AI system that's destroying everything in this game that we're trying to kill. And then Cabin cracked a joke or two, and his hat came on, and he had a bingo system. And I was like, okay, Cabin, you're in.
So I don't think Cabin's like nefarious. What I do think is that, I don't know, he's just a little unsettling. I just don't like it.
I like how his face goes from Tate to, you know, so he goes from side-scrolling mode to fucking vert shooter.
And I did note, I was going through my menus and I heard Mega Man sound effects going off.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Interesting.
And like I turned and he was playing the Pragmata version of Mega Man on his own face.
Oh shit, I gotta see that. Okay.
Because like I was looking at Diana, I'm like, this is a send up to rock and roll. Like it is roll in a blue bomber jacket.
Yeah, I mean you can put as much of that on the game as you want, and not to mention the fact that you're dealing with the moon, you know.
I'm on the moon.
But what I do really like, actually, and was not expecting, given the setting, given the system, given what it all is, it's so simple and like so far almost like light on it's light on like some of the lore for now. It's light on a lot of things.
Oh yeah, the premise is like overwhelmingly simple.
That intro sets it all up. Right,
the AI. Oh, oopsie! There was a quake.
And the most important detail in the background is there's a giant 3D printer.
Yeah,
that's it.
3D print anything.
You can 3D print anything, and then there's these 3D printers that are human-sized that are all around the base, printing out enemies.
3D printing human-sized robots that don't like you.
You know, and you're like, okay, go. That's it. But you know, you kind of just are like, okay, you meet Diana, you hang out, you establish a little fun relationship and chatting with her. She's a goober, and
Diana's great. It's been a while since I played a game in which I'm like, whoever wrote this / directed it has kids for surezies.
I saw there's a couple moments, one where it's like she's walking and it's like that, like you've been walking for a little while now, but you don't quite have it down yet.
Still don't quite got it.
And there's those steps of uncertainty where you're like, you're gonna fall on your face any second now. Yeah.
For me is when she goes, "Oh, kitty," and nearly kills herself, launching into a death.
Exactly.
Like an infinite pit.
1,000,000%.
Go,
right? Not to mention,
and they're like, "But kitty," and like I have legitimately gone through this identical scenario.
Not to mention, Hugh being like, "Yeah, I don't like kids," and it's like, "Yeah, we'll see about that, idiot."
That's the perfect kind of guy to have this adorable kid on his back hacking and whatnot.
Also, like you're hanging out with your crewmen like Ken and I forgot what the other one's name was.
The guys who don't pull their masks up so you know they're gonna die in 1 second.
The ones without faces, exactly. And you're like, Hugh is not a protagonist's name, but it's a dad name.
Yeah.
And that's what's important here, right? There's a very, very clear energy to that is paternal. And what one of the big things that did it too was like when he was holding her or something, and she kind of did this at one point, like from the side, she kind of did like that, like on his face, and it was one of those things where I was like, that happens all the time.
Yeah,
that's super real, right? She kind of just like,
you're touching my face in a way that would be wildly like aggressive or weird if an adult did it. But you're cute. You're just a baby. You're just a baby.
I saw in Death Stranding as well. BB did that, and that thing and I was like, yeah, the face grab is super real. No, it is cool to have that aspect to it. It feels a lot better that she's on your back behind you and not like in front. You know, even though it's a robot child.
There was a version of the game where she was like running around and it just caused like the player to accidentally shoot her like 100 times.
I mean, there's no tactical roll to worry about, so you're not going to like bonk every time. But yeah, it does feel interesting to kind of like, I'm like, okay, between this and the way I saw that intro to Death Stranding 2, none of that unease, you know. And then, but like, yeah, you have this, and you have Donkey Kong, and you've got Death Stranding, and you're just like, okay, we're in an era right now We're in an era of like Dadslop.
Abe's legacy continues, doohickey or not.
We will pay you to use Tinder. We will fucking pay you. Get on the apps, kids.
So one of the things of note, so first of all, I want to point out, I've seen people say dad space. This is the best. This is the best fake name for the games genre I've seen.
Solid.
Dad space is A+. But I've seen like a fair amount of discussion, and I felt it too, where like we had the era of the sad dad, sad dad era, like emphasized by like Joel and Kratos. And it there's this weird, like, there's a type of guy out there who fantasizes about defending his family.
Let's go.
All the time.
Hit it. Yep.
I would kill anyone to defend my boy. I'd kill anybody who looked at my daughter. And it's like, okay, well, would you pick them up from school and go to their soccer practice?
Running through your head, you're like, what are you thinking about? Just hands over the wheat. Hiya,
right?
Hiya, gladiator music. You know, thinking about the Roman Empire specifically so that you can thrust at the enemy
and those games,
child in hand.
Those games, like particularly Last of Us, like plays directly into the family revenge, family protector, like power fantasy.
You read my mind on this. Go.
Donkey Kong and Pragmata do not.
Yes.
Donkey Kong and Pragmata are you and your buddy going on an adventure, and I want to keep him safe. But it's not about, get on. Like, Hugh isn't going, kill any robot that looks at that. Like, no, that's fucking weird.
Right. And I'll even say,
instead he's like going, get behind me. I need to protect you.
And there's obviously those moments of like, and then you kind of see like, how's it going to handle something like, they're being taken away or being threatened, right? But something that is in the former category is going to make it all about that energy. The warrior revenge, LARP dad energy in a way. And there's a huge difference between how that feels, especially beforehand, playing it as someone who did, when you don't have a kid or anything like that.
Well, I remember when I played Last of Us 1, I didn't like Ellie at all. I thought Ellie was really annoying.
Okay. And
she pissed me off.
Okay.
Because I was in my 20s.
Okay.
And I nicknamed Ellie Garbage.
I do remember that.
And would refer to her only as Garbage.
Right.
But then I got to the last scene in the game, and I was like yelling, "I'm gonna get you, Garbage!" And then I went into the room and I just started shooting every doctor in there.
Yes.
Going, "You don't get to do this!"
Right. Yes.
And then it's like, okay, so it was in there.
So
it was in there underneath.
I really liked Ellie.
Underneath all the annoyance.
I was fine with, from the jump. I was like, okay, yeah, this energy works. But
that's my garbage. That's mine.
But there is something different. There is something different to the, like you said, like, it's the revenge fantasy or the save them fantasy.
It's the Mad Max lone warrior,
nothing to lose,
Sigma male,
exactly, just
version.
going right versus the one where it's like, actually do it now. They're here, take care of them now, and while adventure is happening. I
think the best summation of that attitude was like, would you kill somebody to save your family? Yeah, absolutely. Would you suck a dick to save your family?
all fours. Get the spit out. Just I mean, because and not only that, right? But think about the whole protagonists that are like good at fighting and good at adventuring, but bad at being parents. Your Jotaro, the ideas, your Josephs, and your Goku memes. And it's like, okay, but what if you had to really do a bunch of all the things you were doing, all those adventures with the kid in your hand or with you,
Well, don't ask Goku that.
But that's,
he's the worst.
How does that change the entire adventure if Gohan was there with Goku from fucking Raditz all the way through Namek, you know, and there was no division and split up there. What if
and so yeah, Pragmata also has some of that where it's like, well, Diana can help you. She has to help you, in fact, because you're a team. And it's like when I do dishes now, my dude, I don't have to bend down to get my dishes anymore, by the way.
Oh, okay.
My little man goes in, and the only thing I do is like, okay, steak knives. Dad takes all the steak knives out first because they're sharp, you know? But then I do that, and then he hands me every fork and every knife and every spoon. And then he gets distracted when he gets to the spoons because spoons make great drumsticks.
They do. They really do.
But then he hands me every plate and every glass in that dishwasher.
Nice. Okay.
And it's like he's hacking a robot for me to shoot.
You got a little upper. That's cool. Okay. So
start them early. Start them real early. This kid puts his clothes in the washing machine. He does his dishes. He puts his dishes away in the sink. He helps his mom make muffins.
Oh, I mean, dude, when I said she like really responds to sound,
yeah,
she's clapping like 3 months ahead of schedule. Nice. She's really ahead on that. Yeah.
Before I forget, this is really important because I know your personality. Some milestones, they will be way ahead. Some, they will be way behind. And unless they're like a year behind on those milestones, fucking don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All their skills are lopsided. There's no like normal child for their milestones.
Yeah.
Except for like really basic ones like, you know, walking and talking.
And some of it's just kind of random in the sense that like, you know, because yeah, we talk about like tummy time and like how that strengthens the back and it's really good and everything, and like she got really good at it, and like now she's just like hating it and just doesn't want to do tummy time anymore.
Yeah, no.
And it's like,
I hate tummy time too.
Yeah, and like, you know, this is how like you can like, and tummy time then leads to crawling, you know, but it's like she's kind of like pulling back from that while also like getting more confident about like being more standing up and you know, and like having these and sitting down and balancing and things like that. So yeah, it's all like kind of swerving, and ultimately it's kind of like, okay, I didn't care I'm not caring about like that milestone as much as I'm going, I noticed that she's old enough now to look around the room and want to get to stuff and is frustrated that she can't get to it yet. So I'm like, I can see.
My body isn't doing it. Well, how do I do it?
Exactly. I'm like, I can see that you're getting frustrated at your limitations and you want to be able to move over there. So let's try to encourage that, you know? That's the speed at which it makes sense to go for me, you know?
I'm gonna hold up my hand. There's a comment that I just saw that I want to respond to because I think it's funny. Someone says, don't forget about the gifted child to burnt out adult pipeline. And someone says, has Pat ever talked about that? I would love to hear his thoughts. Most of you weren't gifted. Your parents just gassed you the fuck up.
Probably. Yeah.
Sorry.
By the numbers. Sure. I mean, I got the records to prove it. I literally skipped a grade.
Yeah, me too. But so, you know, like,
okay, well,
but yeah, no, yeah. Most of you weren't gifted. You were just like normal, and your parents like gassed you up and didn't teach you to work hard. And then you learned that you had to work hard one day, and you were like, oh, this sucks.
And how were you rewarded? Were you rewarded by being told that like, wow, you're so smart, or were you told like that you worked hard?
You worked really hard, yeah.
Yeah.
I was told, man, you're so smart. You're smarter than the other kids. You're better. I'm like, oh, okay. Wait a second. I didn't just get 100 without trying this time. What happened? Does that mean I'm stupid?
Yeah, exactly. She's like, hey. So, the take us back to it now. You're running through, and I don't know if you got okay, so did you get to the second area of
yeah.
Okay.
The New York area?
Exactly. You get to the city, right? And shit opens up. You start to see like this wider zone. You start to see the environment in Pragmata that is from the trailer where you see them in the city. Because I was like, oh yeah, the first promotional material looked like in Times Square. And so you got to that sort of area and see what's going on. Something really cool about the passage of time in our era is that new things that can be used in fiction are very contemporary. Like, if you've ever seen something 3D printed, then you might have seen how something looks when it goes wrong, or when it's in the middle of printing and how fucked up and stringy it gets.
I think I'm really glad I was able to get to the New York section during the sponsored segment, because the art style at the beginning of Pragmata is pretty stock.
It's sterile. You're in a space station.
A lot of really good reflection work.
Yeah.
But like, you're in a fucking spacesuit and you're in fucking space and there's robots.
And it's clean
creepy.
space.
I like that.
It's not space that's been abandoned for a long time. Yeah.
But you get to that New York section, and first thing you discover is the robots are starting to look deliberately non-standard. That's how I'll describe them.
Yep.
But also, you get this Capcom team's opinion of what they think about AI-generated slop, because you are walking through a 3D printed slop space where everything looks really pretty from a distance until you get close and everything's mashed together like shit.
I mean,
and nothing's contiguous properly.
You look through a window right before you get there and you see a taxi, a New York City yellow cab being 3D printed, and you're like, the fuck is that? You know? And then you see its application where it's just like, yeah, this is a basic scanned vibe of what New York is, right? And the idea that, well, sure, because this data was probably just like, oh, I don't know, we sent in some Google cabs to do Google Earth, and then they just took all that, uploaded it, and now we spat it out on the 3D printer and like filled in the blanks with what AI
and also
thinks.
some of the printings have also failed.
So you're seeing this really kind of interesting thing of like, yeah, it looks, there's parts of the city that are breaking into the station underneath it, and they're just kind of printing out onto the space above. And you see where the errors occur. It looks like 3D printing mistakes. That's a new thing.
It's really interesting.
That's a new thing that I've never seen in any fiction before, because it's like this is now that we know about 3D printing that we could use that, right? There's a new medium, and with a new medium comes new techniques, sounds, and visuals, and errors. And the way the stringy parts of the material kind of like rip into these fabricy like sinews, you know, is like, oh fuck, that's someone that's looking at when printing goes wrong, and then you can use that to like give a kind of like horror-y fucked up effect, especially like the areas where you're not supposed to go yet. It's not just like it's giving the same energy of like a crystal that says break this later in the game to get through.
Yeah.
But it's fucked up 3D printed.
I was really happy to see that 3D printed progression blocking bullshit, because like, oh, this is a larger scale of exploration than I was expecting. And then I finished that section and it was like, you got 52% of the shit in this level. And I'm like, what? I didn't see enough room for 48% more level.
I found a couple of corners and areas that were tucked around that you can admit you can miss running through it. Yeah.
I found an invisible wall, which made me want to shit.
Because it's interesting how...
Sorry, illusory wall, not an invisible wall.
Oh, yeah, okay. Because, yeah, I get the impression that based on that opener area, that it's still... Excuse me, it's still it's a linear game. You're going in a linear path, but like... There's moments where doors lead to corners, and those corners lead to pits that lead back up to the path you were on. And you can kind of like run in circles around these areas a little bit. And yeah, it opens up a little bit more so far in the second part. Gameplay wise, of course, because we've been talking about like the setting and Diana and stuff, but like the core loop of just like, it's third person shooting over the shoulder, feels good. You jump and
the shooting feels good. The hacking also feels good.
Jumping feels amazing.
So this is one of those fun things where they had in the ad copy make sure to say it's by people who made Devil May Cry and Resident Evil, like specifically the team, right? And like, you know, in the opening credits, you see Jun Takeuchi is a producer. Jun Takeuchi is a monster producer. He just does like, he's produced like all the Resident Evil games, like damn near everything that's come out of Capcom. But then I'm like, well, where's the Devil May Cry stuff? And then I'm like, oh, enemy attacked me and I hit jump and Hugh jumped 15 feet straight up in the air with an invincibility frame on his startup. And I'm like, that's the Devil May Cry 1
I described it to Reggie as basically from the people who brought you Dante and Blanca's jump arc. Right?
That's so specific.
Dante and Blanca have the same jump. It's really high, really fast. It doesn't go very far forward. And then they drop like a brick. And it gets you the fuck out of the situation and then drops you back down. And it's really tricky to deal with if you're, you know, if you're defending against it. But like, I really enjoy that into a hover and then you boost with him forward. And it's like, it's nice. You know, he's got a nice little movement thing going. And then you jump and then you aim down the sights and that sumbitch starts floating in the air and you're like,
but also I was like, okay, I got a dodge or two dodges. And then you go to the upgrade thing and it's like, you may upgrade from 1 dodge to 2 dodges. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess that's the limit of how crazy the game will go. No, because then I got like 1 level further and every single thing in the entire hub said, no, we unlock more levels of every single ability in the game. And there's way too many of them for you to buy.
So I didn't spend,
which is something I haven't seen in a game in a long time.
So I didn't spend my money on that. Interestingly, I went a different way where I was like, I see they unlock, you get a special currency and there's a whole big buildup for when you get that fucking super currency.
Oh, I didn't get that new currency.
You pick up you open up the chest and it's like, you know, and you're like, yeah, and you get it. And it's like, you now have access to dad dodge, dad time, you know, which is last second dodge into boom, right? Or do the boss takedown QTE on regular enemies.
On anybody. Yeah, it's so there's too much that you don't have enough to buy all the upgrades. Like not even close. Like I finished 2 levels and I had enough to get like 2 of the cheaper upgrades. I would have had to save up for any of the others, right? That's awesome.
Pick.
That's awesome that I have to like really be like, okay, do I want dad time or critical hits on regular enemies? Because those are both really, really, really fucking good.
Do you want to spend your currency on just restocking your shotguns? You know, or do you want to put them towards like, like any of the other stacks of upgrades or so?
So like one of the things that I did, I'm like, oh, more mod slots. I will have as many I will buy mod slots until I run out of like slots that I can equip, because these upgrades are really powerful. They're really powerful and they're on all the time.
Did you notice that when you got mod slots and mod upgrades, that every time you saw a percentage, that some bitch had 2 digits on it?
I did.
Every time you get a modification, it's minimum 10%.
I talked about it. And I was like, but you know what else I noticed? You know what else? I was like, hey, I unlocked the shotgun. Now the shotgun is available every time I want to leave the hub. I can start with a shotgun. Somebody described it as Dark Souls 1 spells. Right?
You're preparing.
You're leaving the bonfire with all you're gonna have, and then you can find more out there. But that's what you're leaving with, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But more than that, I unlocked that, and a little cutscene happened of like a locker opening up, and like the little thing of the the locker. I'm like, where is that? Right? I'm like looking around, like, where was that in the room? I'm like, oh, it's the set of like 100 lockers next to the tunnel exit where you go to leave.
Okay, it's coming out of those and printing.
And so like every single one of those fucking things is a hack or an upgrade or a weapon or something significant.
Right.
And it's a huge line on both sides.
Okay. That's your.
So you're like, oh, there's gonna be some fucking guns in this game.
And the thing is we're on a almost Vanquish-like system of like, you get 4 slots and you can carry 1 of each category in each slot. So you're not going to quick switch into everything every way you want all the time, all at once. You know?
You have your damage slot, you have your utility slot, and I didn't get the bottom one.
Yeah, whatever that's going to be, exactly.
And then obviously there's your default gun, which will never leave.
So basically, after you go through some of that New York section, so you get introduced, you get your shotgun, you get your net for, you know, locking things down. Yeah. Your next upgrade after that, you get a basically a grenade that replaces your net on the ground. So like just spreads the enemy out, knocks them down, and then your shotgun replacement becomes sniper, right? Just laser, pierces through enemies, multiple in a row, blah 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 blah. Takes a long time to charge it up, but it has its utility. Not long after that, you start seeing. So I mean, here's the thing: is like the game, as it's a Capcom game, has its moments where you're doing this, running around and you're shooting and stuff, and then it goes, for this part, you're playing Resident Evil. You're in a hallway, and the enemies are coming at you, and they're going good in your face, and you don't have the room to dodge actually. And when you run out of bullets, you can reload, but you're reloading one bullet at a time. And
it takes forever.
And it takes forever, yeah, right? So I'm like, oh, you have a big guy and two small guys and some floaters around zapping at me in a tiny little hallway.
It's a problem.
This is an RE moment in a not RE game, you know? So it can switch into that when it wants to, which I thought was really interesting. Not to mention, you need a little bit of room to like hack while things are coming at you from left and right and stuff. And then you start being like, okay, fuck this, just go straight to the target. I can't be going through the extra relays, you know?
Yeah, one of the things that I really liked was I unlocked the I forget what it's called, but the multi-target
multi-hack.
And it's like, I get 3 of these.
Yes.
And I'm like, this might as well be an incredibly good grenade in any other game, right? Hacking it, I'm like, I got this big fucking mess. I need it to stop.
But don't accidentally use it by just panicking and automatically running through the yellow object on your way to the green.
Giving yourself powerful hacks makes the hacking minigame harder against normal enemies because you have now put obstacles in your way to avoid. It's really smart. Yeah. It's really, really smart.
And it feels, again, I can't say enough, after we talked about it before, it feels good to do the game inside the game. It doesn't feel bad. I hate
putting
when
it on the D-pad. Very smart.
Feels good to do that. Now, there's a moment that occurs where the second category of flyers drops in and starts shooting missiles at you. Okay, and so you got to take some time, shoot those missiles out of the air while the rest of the thing is coming, right? The missiles, however, if you aim Diana at them, can be hacked.
Get the fuck out of here.
And
that's cool.
You then have Diana hack the missile, and you return to sender that shit back to where it came from, right? Awesome. But the moment that you hack it, this is like, to lay this out, there's something that happened in my brain, and like, you know, I'm not going to go too elaborate into it because sponsored stream, so I'm not going to bring up the other whatever properties and games, etc. You're playing the whole game and you're aiming at things, and there's a grid, and then you're looking at nodes that are blue that you're trying to move through to get to a green one to activate the crit. When the missile comes at you, you're looking at 4 rotational nodes. It's like, the elevator switches that rotate.
Right, yeah.
You're looking at that, and like 3 of them are already blue and 1 of them is orange, and you have to switch to turning that one into the correct location. And your brain goes from seeking out blue to needing to ignore all blue for that missile hack moment. And I go, Ikaruga, right? The moment you switch polarity in Ikaruga and your black dots are now hostile and white dots are friendly, and then you switch it back and then white dots are hostile and black dots are friendly, and you're like, that exact moment happened when hacking, and I was like, I know this little tingle in my brain of needing to turn the colors that I was seeking out into colors to avoid, right? So that felt really cool as well in the middle of the fight. you get these larger enemies that's come out, and they're like tightening. They're basically like, hey, remember the creepy Titan effect? Like,
yes,
that's gonna be a part of this here, and they're a problem, and they represent things that should be dealt with until things that should be dealt with even more than those things start to show up, and now you have a list of priorities to go through. And basically where I took it to was after that first boss, where you get a really awesome fight against the demo boss, where it's like a Metal Gear, and you're dashing out of the way and hacking.
And Diana gets her fucking child trigger.
Whatever, Rage of the Dad. Diana Trigger is what I was calling it. Or DT, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's okay. DT, perfect.
Yeah. So she pops her Diana Trigger, and then you deal with the thing. So what comes up next is you get an exam room. You know, it is a series of waves, and there's a bunch of them, and there's things in there, and they come at you, and you need to prioritize immediately. And it's the first, like, okay, now this is not the Ari little hallway section that we're doing. We're in a room, and we're controlling a wave coming at you, and choosing what to ignore on the ground, what to pick up, when to switch to what. It's like I started to feel all of that as I was going through it, and like I died, I think, twice, and then came back through it the third time, and just like I put down the sniper, picked up the shotgun, dealt with these things up front, take out the fly, etc. And then as you're just prioritizing, and then I saved up enough to deal with the big guy at the end, and you're like, this game, when it's flowing and you're aiming and you're returning to sender, and
it's excellent.
Oh my god, it feels so good. It feels fantastic, man.
Also, I want to give the developers of the game a little golf clap for two things about the naming conventions in Pragmata. First of all, having this game come out on the moon like a week after a new moon mission. Good one. Good timing.
Unintentional, but what kismet timing.
Yeah, unrelated, but ooh, good one. But also calling Diana, that's a plus.
What's the bit?
Diana's the goddess of the moon and childbirth.
Okay, sure. Yeah, all right. That works. That's great.
She's literally the moon baby god.
Moon child.
Here's your moon baby.
Yeah, I mean, and
she's also the hunter, which,
okay.
I mean, Diana can hunt.
Oh, it's Artemis. Yeah, okay. Like, yeah, gotcha. I mean, they easily could have.
But also Artemis.
Yeah.
Which just happened.
Yeah, it could have easily been like a kid named Luna or something, but that's
why you're going up to. That's why the company is called Delphi. Because it's the Oracle.
Cool. Okay. Wasn't piecing that together. What I was about to say just before that was, yes. Something that I found that was initially tricky was like the fact that I'm like, oh fuck, I'm out of bullets, and now I'm waiting to reload, and all this is taking time. And then I kind of realized in that last like phase, that challenge, where it's like the time where you run out of bullets is actually the time it takes to manage everything else happening on the screen. So as those shots are coming back, you can look around, decide what to switch up to, hack anything that you need to hack right away, and position for the next re-engage moment after your bullets have, reloaded.
Now, Woolie, I don't think you played Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
No, I played Advanced Warfare.
But if you had played Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and maybe Advanced Warfare, I didn't play that. I don't know if it's there. But Pragmata agrees. Switching to your sidearm is faster than reloading.
Yeah.
Your default pistol reloads whether you have it in your hand or not, which took me some getting used to.
I hope you've got a sidearm and that you're not empty.
Right, yeah.
Because you got to choose when to spend those shotgun bullets, which is another Resident Evil moment. Right?
Yeah. Like, how many do you start with? 4? That's enough for like 1.5
encounters. Yeah. Straight up. Did you waste your shotgun on all the grunts? Well, too bad.
No, I had the shotgun. I fired it 4 times at the wall. Saw that
Okay.
it hit 0 instead of reloading,
Uh-huh.
and then killed myself on the next encounter to get the checkpoint reloaded, and went only for big boys.
Uh-huh. Furthermore, you start shooting at not the weak point on things and realizing you're an idiot because there's there's glowing things you should be shooting at to make this encounter easier. And if you can line them up even better, you know? Yeah, no, like I did appreciate just like each subsequent enemy that got introduced became the new problem priority that you need to shift up the list. And it's like, you see that, deal with that. Which is a little Vanquish-like.
I mean, the most Vanquish-like thing about this game
is the suit of armor.
Is the suit.
Yeah, for sure. But there's a little bit of that too, of just like, it's almost like in Vanquish when you're hearing, you know, and you're like, stop, where, what, deal, you know? Not to mention running up to the thing and QTEing it and stuff too as well. Yeah.
I gotta say, one of the things that I found very charming, I thought I was psychic at a moment in this game because I was, you know, in one of the first areas, you walk back to the tram to pick up a collectible, and like 2 robots start coming out of the printers, and I'm shooting at one robot, and then I just dodged to the side, and the second robot that I forgot was there swung at air, and I'm like, oh my god, how'd I know how to do that? That's crazy. And chat had to tell me, Diana told you. I'm like, she did? I hadn't even noticed that Diana like literally yells, watch out, and I had just reacted without thinking, and I'm like, awesome.
Okay, because I didn't notice that either, but something I was worried about often was, is there one behind me? Because sometimes you're dealing with the thing in front and you're doing the hack.
Yeah, she'll give you a heads up if something's readying up a swing.
Okay. Because yeah, like there's times where they are behind you and you're not always getting an audio cue, especially if you're locked into the hack moment.
And know? Like you know the stompies, the big guys with the tummies they stomp. I failed one of those, and the next time they got ready, Dino's like, jump, Hugh.
Yeah. That I've been.
And I'm like, oh, thanks. Oh, that's cute.
100%. Yeah. No,
that's cute that you did that. Thank you.
It's great. It's great.
I wish Ashley in RE4 had told me that somebody was sneaking up behind me. That would have been more useful than you hiding in a trash can, Ash.
So something else that that happened too was an enemy I was in the middle of hacking. I was shooting and I hacked it and it died. And then I aimed at the next enemy, and then the hack line went to that enemy instead. So you don't lose the hack for killing the thing you're looking at. It applies to the next thing that you aim at, and it just kind of like transfers over, right? It's like there was a moment, I have to go back and look, but I basically feel like what I thought I saw happen was I was shooting, and then it goes down, and then the line that I completed the hack on, I turned to the next thing, and it went into that. And then that thing critted instead. I think that's what I saw happen, in which case it's like, that's interesting because you have a transfer moment that's possible. No, I fucking...
Game's just super solid.
Yes. So solid, in fact, that I'm going to continue playing it. So...
people have been you know what's a really positive sign for your sponsored stream? When you're like, thanks, Capcom. All right, that's going to be enough Pragmata for today. And then every single day since, you get a couple comments. When are you going to keep playing Pragmata? When are you going to keep when? And the answer for me is next week, because I have a very busy week this week that you should check out.
Yeah, and to be fair, anytime a thing is brand new, you can expect that that's going to be the case.
Yeah, this is going to keep. Have you heard about Lunatic mode?
No.
So nice Lunatic mode is the God Hard equivalent.
Okay.
It's harder, and they unlock more of the system for you at the very beginning of the game.
Nice. Okay.
Like they just open up the store like much earlier to be like,
deal with the problems.
You know what you're doing. You had to unlock this by beating the game. So what do you fucking want to use to go through hard mode?
Great. Yeah, I'm envisioning really great hacks, really great items and mods, but like resources becoming the problem, you know? Um because that little pew pew gun at the end of the day, you're going to need to rely a lot on that thing when you're out of your good shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um I did find like you always kind of you're running by them and you're like, okay, I remember this room had a couple things, but I ran empty in a few encounters and went, stop, go back and pick those up and then
Yeah.
move forward, you know, which again, RE, right?
Yeah, no, it's like, listen, no, you can only hold 4 shotgun shells at a time, but I passed a shotgun power up in that room.
Mm-hmm. I
I should go and get it.
picked up a multi-hack, but I left a disarm on the
Oh, you
ground.
gotta keep that. Yeah.
Let me go get it.
I will say, well, going into that first boss fight, that somebody in my chat described it as a boss pond rather than a boss fountain. It is ridiculous. It is a giant circular room with like a dozen visible Unreal Tournament style weapon pickups
Go
just
get them.
floating on the ground. Like it's, I fucking wonder what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but also get used to picking up things on the fly while the action continues, you know?
And just like, this is what I have now.
Yeah. And also, here's the boss is shooting a fucking circus of missiles at you. You can't really do much right now. Might as well take it the chance to evade and go reload, you know, go pick up new shit. Plan. So there's going to be these breaks in the action where you got to like reassess and start up your next hacking plan. You can put the hack node right before the final point and then choose to use it later. You know, if you change your attention to look back at something and then look back at the thing you were in the middle of hacking, it'll be where it was.
Yeah.
You know, so like that's I can only imagine how this hacking is going to get insane towards the
You know what I really like?
Game, you know,
I had this happen a couple of times in which I had to cancel the hack. I had to start it over. And if you're pointing your gun at someone and you're hacking them, you have to start the hack over. Like not fail it. Like I locked myself into a corner.
Okay.
You have to hold the touchpad. You have to hold it to cancel the hack. And it's really awkward. And that's definitely on purpose.
Not failing, but stopping and starting it.
Because you can't you have to pick a thumb to fucking let off the fucking movement or aim. And it's like, no, you fucked it. Get ready to crab claw this shit.
Okay. I mean, I found myself getting cornered in a couple moments where I was like, I have nowhere to go, and there's a big boy and a dude about to slash me, and I jump, float, dashed out, kind of thing, and you know, haven't found myself having to do that yet. But that's an interesting decision. Yeah, really fucking cool game so far, man. That is, and I also heard it's not very long, so you know, we'll see.
It's 20 to 25.
Okay.
And then another, 15, I guess, if you want to hit lunatic mode, which is the length of all Capcom games. I don't know if you've noticed that. But like if you're shooting a gun in a Capcom game, it will take you 20 to 25, unless it's, a classic Resident Evil game. Then they'll blow through it in a single sit down.
Is that also the main campaign for Monster Hunter?
No.
Before the real mode starts?
Yeah, I would say so. And it's RE9 was that as well.
Okay.
But RE9 and I assume Pragmata are built to like, I'm gonna do it again. I beat it. I'm gonna just do it again right away.
The only thing I'm kind of looking at that it's like happening is like you're spending those cabin tickets, cabin coins on, I guess like model viewers, and you're filling up the room with gifts that you're giving Diana and stuff. And I'm like, this is clearly a game where cosmetics can go far, and
absolutely,
and they gave you a taste of that in the DLC, and I was like, kind of hope not in the demo, and I was hoping we'd get some like right off the bat, because I can see there's that like, hey, put her in a bunny outfit, like costume, or you can get Hugh to like have his suit be a little more Halo looking, I think, or have little cat ears on it or so. But I'm hoping we get some cool cosmetics, because I mean we already know the Mega Man one, like they literally showed that in the April Fool's bit.
This is Mega Man.
Cat armor, excuse me. Yeah, that game is fucking great. Yeah, Reggie walked away going like, I'd love to see more of that. That was super fun to watch.
It's great.
Yeah.